The feeling of burnout is all too familiar. It's the exhaustion that seeps into your bones, the mental fog that clouds your thoughts, and the sense of hopelessness that settles in your chest. You try to shake it off, to push through, but it only seems to get worse. You're not alone in this feeling. Millions of people around the world are struggling to keep up, to stay afloat in a sea of demands and expectations. But what if I told you that this feeling isn't just a personal failing, but a systemic warning sign? A sign that something is deeply wrong with the way we're living and working. We're living in a world that's increasingly optimized for efficiency and productivity. Every moment is accounted for, every action is measured, and every decision is data-driven. But in this relentless pursuit of progress, we've forgotten something essential: our humanity. We've forgotten that we're not just machines, but living, breathing beings with needs and desires that go beyond the bottom line. And so, we're burning out. We're exhausting ourselves, physically, mentally, and emotionally, because we're trying to keep up with a system that's designed to exploit us, not support us. The current economic system is designed to extract maximum value from human labor, disregarding individual well-being. It's a system that prioritizes growth over sustainability, profit over people, and efficiency over empathy. And we're paying the price for it. We're paying with our health, our relationships, and our very sense of purpose. But it's not just the system that's to blame. It's also our own internalized expectations, our own drive to succeed, to achieve, to constantly produce. We've internalized the idea that our worth is tied to our productivity, and that's a toxic myth that's destroying us from the inside out. Burnout is not just a personal issue, but a societal one. It's a symptom of a larger problem, a problem that's rooted in the way we've designed our world. We've created a system that's based on exploitation, on extracting value from people and the planet without giving back. And we're seeing the consequences of it. We're seeing the rise of mental health issues, the decline of physical health, and the erosion of our sense of community and connection. But it's not all doom and gloom. There's a way out of this. A way to break free from the cycle of burnout and exploitation. The old rules of success, such as hard work and dedication, no longer guarantee security or fulfillment in a rapidly changing world. In fact, they often lead to burnout, to exhaustion, and to a sense of emptiness. We need to rethink our assumptions, to challenge the status quo, and to find new ways of living and working that prioritize our well-being, our creativity, and our humanity. We need to recognize that our value and worth extend far beyond our productivity, and that we're not just machines, but living, breathing beings with needs and desires that go beyond the bottom line. The rise of AI and automation is accelerating the devaluation of human capital, making burnout a canary in the coal mine for a larger societal issue. As machines take over more and more tasks, we're left with a sense of purposelessness, of uselessness. We're left wondering what our role is in a world that no longer needs us to survive. But this is also an opportunity, a chance for us to redefine our relationship with work, with identity, and with purpose. We can choose to see this as a crisis, or we can see it as a chance to evolve, to grow, and to become something more. To break free from burnout, we need to recognize and challenge the underlying programming that drives our behavior and decisions. We need to question the assumptions that have been ingrained in us, the assumptions that tell us we're not good enough, that we're not worthy, that we're not enough. We need to challenge the idea that our worth is tied to our productivity, and that we're only valuable if we're constantly producing. We need to find a new way of living, a way that prioritizes our well-being, our creativity, and our humanity. Energetic autonomy requires a fundamental shift in how we relate to work, identity, and purpose. It requires us to recognize that our value and worth extend far beyond our productivity, and that we're not just machines, but living, breathing beings with needs and desires that go beyond the bottom line. It requires us to take responsibility for our own lives, to prioritize our own well-being, and to find our own sense of purpose and meaning. It's a journey, not a destination, and it's a journey that requires courage, curiosity, and a willingness to challenge the status quo. So, what's the next step? How do we start to break free from the cycle of burnout and exploitation? How do we start to prioritize our own well-being, our own creativity, and our own humanity? The answer is not a simple one, but it's an answer that requires us to be brave, to be curious, and to be willing to challenge the status quo. It requires us to take a step back, to look at our lives and to ask ourselves what we truly want, what we truly need, and what we truly value. And it requires us to take action, to make changes, and to start living a life that's true to who we are, and not just a life that's dictated by the expectations of others. We're at a crossroads where the rules of the past no longer apply. The concept of success, once tied to hard work and dedication, now seems hollow. Remember when we said the old rules of success no longer guarantee security or fulfillment? This is exactly why we're seeing a surge in burnout as individuals are forced to confront the reality that their value and worth extend far beyond their productivity. It's a painful realization, but one that holds the key to breaking free from the cycle of exploitation. The question is, what does it mean to redefine our relationship with work and identity? How do we start to prioritize our own well-being, our own creativity, and our own humanity? The answer lies in the concept of energetic autonomy, where individuals take control of their own energy and direction. It's not just about managing our time or productivity, but about recognizing and challenging the underlying programming that drives our behavior and decisions. We need to become aware of the patterns and habits that keep us stuck in the cycle of burnout and start to break free from the constraints of a system that values efficiency and productivity above all else. This requires a fundamental shift in how we relate to work, identity, and purpose. And it's a shift that can be both liberating and terrifying. As we start to let go of the old rules and expectations, we're forced to confront the unknown and to find new ways of defining ourselves and our place in the world. As we embark on this journey of self-discovery and growth, we're met with a plethora of choices and possibilities. It's overwhelming to say the least, but it's also exhilarating. We're no longer bound by the limitations of a system that's designed to exploit our energy and creativity. We're free to explore, to experiment, and to create our own path. But with this freedom comes great responsibility and the need to develop a new set of skills and strategies for navigating the complexities of the modern world. We need to become adept at managing our own energy and at recognizing the signs of burnout and exhaustion. We need to learn how to prioritize our own well-being and how to create a sense of purpose and meaning that's not tied to our productivity or external validation. The concept of Protocol 77 comes into play here as we recognize the need to upgrade our internal operating system and to develop a new set of skills and strategies for navigating the complexities of the modern world. It's not just about learning new tools and techniques, but about developing a new mindset and a new way of being. We need to become more aware, more adaptable, and more resilient as we navigate the challenges and uncertainties of the modern world. This requires a fundamental shift in how we relate to ourselves, to others, and to the world around us. It's a shift that's both profound and practical, and one that holds the key to unlocking our full potential and living a more sovereign, self-directed life. As we start to embody this new way of being, we'll start to notice a shift in our relationships, our work, and our overall sense of well-being. We'll become more confident, more creative, and more compassionate as we learn to prioritize our own needs and desires. We'll start to see the world in a new light as a place of endless possibility and potential, rather than a source of stress and anxiety. And we'll start to recognize the interconnectedness of all things as we develop a deeper sense of empathy and understanding for ourselves and others. It's a journey that's not without its challenges, but one that's ultimately rewarding, and one that holds the key to unlocking our full potential and living a more sovereign, self-directed life. The implications of this shift are profound and far-reaching. We're not just talking about individual transformation, but about a collective shift in consciousness as we start to recognize the interconnectedness of all things and the need for a more sustainable, equitable, and just world. We're talking about a world where technology serves humanity rather than the other way around, and where our values and priorities are centered around compassion, empathy, and understanding. It's a world that's not without its challenges, but one that's ultimately possible, and one that holds the key to unlocking our full potential and living a more sovereign, self-directed life. So what's the next step? How do we start to embody this new way of being and to create a more sovereign, self-directed life? The answer is simple, yet profound. We start by taking small, incremental steps towards a more conscious, more compassionate, and more creative way of living. We start by recognizing our own strengths and weaknesses, and by developing a growth mindset that's open to learning and to growth. We start by prioritizing our own well-being and by taking care of our physical, emotional, and mental health. And we start by